Good morning, students. And now, once again, let's start our English class. And today, we'll study the storybook Alice in Wonderland. We'll study chapter 5 Advice from a Caterpillar. If we talk about this chapter, so in this chapter, Alice comes across a caterpillar that is resting on the top of a giant mushroom. And giant means, huge and smoking. The two stare at each other in a silence for a while before the caterpillar asks Alice, "Who are you?" Dejected. Alice, dejected means sad and upset. She turns to leave, but the caterpillar calls her back to recite a poem. Recite, we know, to tell. The caterpillar duly notes that she recites the poem incorrectly and goes on to ask what size she would like to be. Alice states that being 3 inches tall is a wretched height. Wretched means bad, which insults the 3-inch tall caterpillar. The caterpillar crawls away. Crawls means to move on hand and knees. As you must have seen, the child, they crawl. In a huff. Huff means when you are blowing out air loudly, means when you are tired. But not before telling Alice that eating one side of the mushroom will make her grow large and eating the other side will make her grow smaller. Alice tastes the right hand portion of the mushroom and shrinks, means becomes in a small size. The next tries part of the left hand portion of mushroom and her neck grows for long that her head is above the treetops. Suddenly a pigeon attacks her. The pigeon has mistaken Alice for a serpent who wants to eat its eggs. Alice assures the pigeon that she is not a serpent and back at her proper size. Alice wanders around the forest, wanders just to move here and there without any purpose, looking for the garden when she encounters a 4-foot tall house. She decides to visit the house and eats the portion of mushroom to reduce her size to 9 inches tall. And the story ends here. Now, the next story, Pig and Pepper. It starts. In this story, from the wood, Alice sees a fish in footman's livery approach the house and knock on the door. A similarly dressed frog answers the door and receives a letter inviting the Duchess to play. To play cricket is a game with the Queen. After the fish footman leaves, Alice approaches the frog footman who sits on the ground staring stupidly at up at the sky. Alice knocks at the door, but the frog footman explains that now she is outside. No one will answer her knock since the people inside are making too much noise to hear her. She tells her he plans to sit there for days and seems unsurprised. When the door opens a crack and a plate flies out and grazes his nose. Graze means like it comes to hit her. Annoyed with his idiotic manner, Alice opens the door and finds herself in a kitchen. A duchess nurses a baby. A grinning cat, grinning means smiling broadly, sits on the hearth, and a cook stands at the stove, dumping pepper into that cauldron of soup. The pepper causes the duchess and the baby to sneeze a lot. Means after that they start is sneezing because of that pepper. Alice inquires why the cat grins and learns from the Duchess that this is a they come to know that this is a Caesar cat. Wondering aloud why a cat would grin at all, the Duchess insults Alice, telling her that she must not know very much. Meanwhile, the cook hurls. Hurls means throw, like something with force. So then what happens? The cook hurls objects randomly at the Duchess and the baby, including fire irons, saucepans, and plates. Alice tells the cook to mind herself and attempts to change the subject of conversation by bringing up that earth axis. The Duchess mishears. Mishears means listens wrong. Alice and thinking that she is talking about X, spontaneously shouts top of her head. The Duchess starts to sing a nasty lullaby to the baby, roughly tussling. Tussling means engage in the vigorous struggle when you are engaged in very hardly in something. It as she sings. Upon finishing, she flings. Fling means throw the baby at Alice and hurries out of the room to prepare for. Again, he prepared for cricket, means the game with Queen, and the story exactly ends here. Now you just go through these stories, then you would better understand. Thank you. Have a nice time.